Hare Krishna, dear devotees, welcome to today's Sri Nityananda Charitamrita reading. Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Sri Nityananda Charitamrita ki Jai Srila Vrindavan Das Thakur ki Jai Srila Prabhupada ki Jai Samaveta Gaur Bhakta Vrinda ki Jai. So we are reading from Sri Nityananda Charitamrita Adi Lila. So Nityananda Charitamrita is also divided into three parts like Sri Chaitanya Bhagavat or like Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, right? You have Adi Lila, Madhya Lila and Antya Lila. Like that Nityananda Charitamrita also has Adi Lila, Madhya Lila, Antya Lila. So we are reading Adi Lila. And in Adi Lila, there are three chapters. We read two chapters so far. Today is the third chapter, and it's entitled Lord Nityananda's Meeting with Sripad Madhavendra Puri. As Lord Nityananda traveled by the will of Providence, as Lord Nityananda traveled. So we saw that Nityananda Prabhu, when he was 12 years old, one sannyasi came to his house and he asked Nityananda Prabhu's father, Hadai Pandit, to send Nityananda Prabhu with him. And Hadai Pandit, it was like a thunderbolt striking on his head. Nevertheless, he was thinking about Maharaj Dasharath and others who, in spite of their difficulty, their suffering, still they, offered their son when a sadhu came and asked. So, in the same mood, Hadai Pandit also sent Nityananda Prabhu. And then Nityananda Prabhu traveled to various places. We read that yesterday. And then finally he came to Mathura, waiting for Mahaprabhu's beginning of the Sankirtan movement. So now we are going to read about Lord Nityananda's meeting with Sripad Madhavendra Puri. So as Lord Nityananda traveled, by the will of Providence, he met Sri Madhavendra Puri. The body of Sri Madhavendra Puri was imbued with ecstatic love of God, and his followers shared the same sentiments. He did not relish anything other than loving sentiments for Lord Krishna. He did not relish anything other than loving sentiments for Lord Krishna, who enjoyed his pastimes in the body of Madhavendra Puri. What can I say about the devotion of he who was the spiritual master of Sri Advaita Acharya? So Advaita Acharya is such a devotee, and Madhavendra Puri is the guru of Sri Advaita Acharya. So what can be said about Madhavendra Puri? Seeing Madhavendra Puri, Lord Nityananda at once fell unconscious to the ground, stunned in ecstatic prema. Seeing Lord Nityananda, Madhavendra Puri forgot himself as well and fell unconscious. Sri Gaurachandra had repeatedly said that Sri Madhavendra Puri is the original root of worship in ecstatic love. That means ecstatic love actually started from Madhavendra Puri. Before that, in the disciplic succession, there was no ecstatic love. It started with Madhavendra Puri. Therefore, he is the root of. So you see, ecstatic love means this is Raganuga Bhakti. There is Vaidhi Bhakti and there is Raganuga Bhakti. Two branches are there. So both are pure devotional service. But Raganuga Bhakti means it is spontaneous devotional service. Where do we find spontaneous devotional service? In Vraja, in Vrindavan. You don't find this spontaneous devotional service in Vaikuntha. In Vaikuntha, you will find Vaidhi Sadhana Bhakti, where bhakti is performed according to rules and regulations. Vaidhi Bhakti. But spontaneous devotional service, that is found in Vrindavan. So, in the disciplic succession, starting with Lord Brahma, and in that line, Mahaprabhu also appeared, and we are all coming in the same line. So, in this disciplic succession, before Madhavendra Puri, there was no ecstatic bhakti or bhava bhakti or prema bhakti. There was Vaidhi bhakti, but Raganuga bhakti was not there. So, Madhavendra Puri is the root of Raganuga bhakti or Ragatmika bhakti. Ragatmika means one who has, uh, uh, Raganuga means who's following in the footsteps of Brajbasis. Ragatmika means now who has himself become a Brajbasi, right? That means he has one who has attained that relationship with the Supreme Lord and he's rendering service to Krishna in that relationship. So that is from Bhava and Prema. From Bhava, then Prema, like that. So therefore here it is said that Madhavendra Puri is the original root of worship in ecstatic love. After both Lord Nityananda and Madhavendra Puri swooned, the disciples headed by Ishwara Puri. Who is Ishwara Puri? The disciple of Madhavendra Puri. The disciples headed by Ishwara Puri all began to cry. Recovering after some time, Lord Nityananda and Madhavendra Puri embraced each other and cried. Overwhelmed by ecstatic love for Krishna, they rolled on the sand and cried out loudly. The tears of love flowing from their eyes, like rains, soaked Mother Earth, making her feel gratified. So many tears that their tears just soaked up the earth as if there was a rain and the earth becomes muddy by rainwater. Like that, their tears soaked up Mother Earth. Shivering, shedding tears, hair standing on end, and other ecstatic symptoms appeared endlessly on their bodies. This was because Lord Krishna personally resides in their bodies. Whose bodies? Madhavendra Puri and Lord Nityananda Prabhu. Lord Nityananda said, all the pilgrimage I have done till now has now borne fruit. Today I have seen the lotus feet of Madhavendra Puri. Seeing his ecstatic love of God, my life has become successful. Sri Madhavendra Puri embraced Lord Nityananda and was unable to reply as his throat choked with love. Madhavendra Puri was so pleased that he was unable to release Lord Nityananda from his embrace. Ishwara Puri, Brahmananda Puri, and all the other disciples of Madhavendra Puri felt intense attachment for Lord Nityananda. They had met many sadhus, but never before seen such symptoms of prema. Feeling distress, mixing with materialistic people, they wandered in the forests, right? So the disciples of Madhavendra Puri, they were traveling with Madhavendra Puri, and they would meet with people, materialistic people, and they would be distressed in the association of materialistic people. Just simply seeing materialistic people, they would feel sorry for them. And so now it is such a welcome change, right? To see someone with such love of Godhead, seeing Sri Nityananda Prabhu. So feeling distress, mixing with materialistic people, they wandered in the forest. So now they wouldn't even go into villages and towns where people were living because all people were materialistic. So they just were wandering in the forests. Now meeting Lord Nityananda relieved their distress and aroused their Krishna prema. Lord Nityananda Prabhu travelled for a while with Madhavendra Puri, relishing Krishna Katha. The qualities of Madhavendra Puri were most wonderful. He would swoon just by seeing a dark cloud. Out of love for Krishna, he laughed and cried day and night. shouting, "Hi, hi," like a drunkard. Lord Nityananda was intensely absorbed in the loving sentiments for Govinda. He laughed loudly, swaying to and fro. Madhavendra Puri's disciples constantly chanted the name of Hari, seeing their extraordinary symptoms of love. The two forgot whether it was day or night in their absorption of ecstatic love. Although remaining together for a number of days, Lord Nityananda and Madhavendra Puri felt that period as hardly a moment. Who knows all that took place between Lord Nityananda and Madhavendra Puri? Only Krishna knows. Unable to give up the company of Lord Nityananda, Madhavendra Puri constantly remained with him. So there is a poem here. माधवेंद्र बोले प्रेमा ना देखिलु कथा सेई मोर सर्वतीर्थ हेन प्रेम यथा जानिलु कृष्णेर कृपा अच्छे मोर प्रति नित्यानंद हेनो बंधु पाइनु संहिति ऐसे स्थाने यदि नित्यानंद संग होय सेई स्थान सर्वतीर्थ वैकुंठादिमय नित्यानंद हेनो भक्त सुनिले श्रवणे अवश्य पाइबो कृष्ण चंद्र से ही जने नित्यानंद या छारा तिलक द्वेष रहे भक्त होइलु से कृष्णेरा प्रिय नहे. Madhavendra Puri said, I've never seen such ecstatic love. Wherever there's such prema is my favorite holy place. I know Krishna's given me his mercy since he's given me such a friend as Nityananda. Wherever one finds Nityananda's company is the most sacred and transcendental place. That devotee who hears the name of Nityananda will certainly attain the lotus feet of Krishna Chandra. If one has the slightest envy for Nityananda, Krishna never favors him, even if he is a devotee. Madhavendra Puri showed affection for Lord Nityananda day and night with his speech and deeds. Lord Nityananda considered Madhavendra Puri nothing else than his guru. These two vastly learned personalities did not know whether it was day or night due to their ecstatic love for Krishna. After staying together for some days, Lord Nityananda left for Setubandha, Rameshwaram, and Madhavendra Puri went to see the Sarayu River. The Sarayu River is Ayodhya, north, and Rameshwaram is south. So Nityananda Prabhu went south and Madhavendra Puri went north. In their absorption for love of Krishna, both Lord Nityananda and Madhavendra Puri forgot their bodies. Feelings of separation for the Lord maintain a devotee's life. Otherwise, how could one tolerate such intense feelings while lost in trance? Whoever hears about the meeting between Lord Nityananda and Madhavendra Puri will certainly achieve the wealth of love for Krishna. After traveling in ecstatic mood for some days, Lord Nityananda arrived at Setubandha. Taking bath at Dhanushtirtha, he then went to see Lord Rameshwar. The Lord next went to Vijayanagar. He visited Mayapuri, Avanti, and the Godavari rivers, and then he went to the abode of Jiyada Narasimha. He visited Trimalla and Tirumalla and Kurmakshetra, and eventually went to see Jagannath, the Lord of Nilachal. When he came near Sri Nilachala, he fell unconscious seeing the temple flag. Surrounded by his dear devotees, he saw Lord Jagannath as the source of the Chaturvyuha, Vasudev, Sankarshan, Pradyumna, and Aniruddha. Immediately on seeing Lord Jagannath, Lord Nityananda fell in rapture with his hair standing on end. When he recovered, he fell to the ground again, shivering, perspiring, crying, swooning, and loud roaring. Who can describe these ecstatic symptoms seen in Lord Nityananda? After remaining in Nilachala for some time, Lord Nityananda went in great jubilation to Ganga Sagar. Who can describe the Lord's pilgrimage? I have only written briefly by His mercy. After visiting various holy places, Lord Nityananda returned again to Mathura. He remained in Vrindavan, being so absorbed in Krishna that he was unable to tell if it was day or night. He remained in Vrindavan, being so absorbed in Krishna that he was unable to tell if it was day or night. He did not eat, but occasionally drank some milk if someone offered it to him. So Nityananda Prabhu is now in Mathura. Lord Nityananda knew well that Lord Gaurachandra was living incognito in Navadvip. He thought to himself, I will go and serve Lord Gauranga when he manifests his opulence. He therefore did not go to Navadvip directly, but remained in Mathura. He regularly enjoyed sporting in the water of the Yamuna and playing with the children in Vrindavan. Although Lord Nityananda is omnipotent, he did not distribute devotional service to the Lord at that time. So, at this time in Navadvip, Sri Chaitanya, Lord Gauranga had not yet manifest his uh, Sankirtan movement. He was still playing the role of a scholar, right, debating with others as Nimai Pandit. So Nityananda Prabhu decided to wait in Mathura until Mahaprabhu revealed his opulence. What is his opulence? The opulence of the Sankirtan movement. Until then, he was going to wait. And meanwhile, he did not preach to anyone. He was not spreading Krishna consciousness. Nityananda Prabhu. He was waiting for Mahaprabhu. He did not distribute devotional service to the Lord at that time. Jabe Gaura Chandra Prabhu Koriba Prakash Tara se Agyara Bhakti Danera Vilas. So what is Nityananda Prabhu thinking? When Lord Gaurachandra manifests his opulence, then I'll begin to distribute bhakti on his order. So when Mahaprabhu orders me, then I will preach. Until then, I'm not going to preach. The devotees of Lord Chaitanya did not like to do anything without his order, Mahaprabhu's order. But this did not diminish their glories in the least. Brahma, Ananta, Shiva, and other demigods create, maintain, and destroy by the order of Lord Chaitanya. Sinners who do not like to hear such things are not fit to be seen by the Vaishnavas. Just see for yourself how Lord Nityananda Prabhu blessed the people of this universe with the treasure of prema. Nityananda Rai is the foremost devotee of Lord Chaitanya, since the glories of Lord Chaitanya always dance on his tongue. Day and night, Lord Nityananda chants the glories of Lord Chaitanya. When one worships Lord Nityananda, he surely attains devotion for Lord Chaitanya. All glories to Nityananda Rai, the first manifestation of Lord Chaitanya. The glories of Lord Chaitanya become manifest only by the mercy of Lord Nityananda. One becomes attached to Lord Nityananda by the mercy of Lord Chaitanya. One who knows Lord Nityananda never faces any adversities. One who knows Lord Nityananda never faces any adversities. Those who wish to cross the ocean of material existence and drown in the ocean of devotional service must worship Nitai Chan. Someone said, Nityananda is just like Balaram. Another person said, he is most dear to Lord Chaitanya. Someone may consider Lord Nityananda a sannyasi. Someone may consider him a devotee. Or someone may consider him a jnani. They may all say whatever they like. Even if Lord Nityananda were the most insignificant servant of Lord Chaitanya, still I would keep his lotus feet in my heart. Therefore, I kick the head of any sinner who disregards the glories of Lord Nityananda and dares to criticize him. If you find any follower of Lord Chaitanya who seems to say something bad about Lord Nityananda, know what they said was actually glorification. Like we often see the quarrels between Advaita Acharya and Nityananda Prabhu. So Advaita Acharya's words may sound like he's actually, scolding or blaspheming Nityananda Prabhu. But here Srila Vrindavan Das Thakur is saying, if you ever hear any devotee of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu saying anything bad about Lord Nityananda Prabhu, you should know that they are actually glorifying Nityananda Prabhu. Vaishnavas are always pure and full of knowledge. So if there is ever any quarrel between them, know it simply to be part of their pastimes. If a person takes the side of one Vaishnava and criticizes another, then certainly he is vanquished. Anyone who follows Lord Nityananda without finding fault in him will surely attain the shelter of Sri Gaurachandra. When will that day come when I will see Lord Chaitanya and Lord Nityananda surrounded by their devotees? Who's saying? Srila Vrindavan Das Thakur is saying. Let me serve Lord Gaurachandra under the instructions of Lord Nityananda, who is my worshipable Lord in all respects. He wants to serve Lord Chaitanya under the instructions of Nityananda. Nityananda Prabhu is my Lord and Master, he's saying. He is my worshipable Lord in all respects. I desire to study Srimad Bhagavatam under Sri Nityananda Swarup, birth after birth. All glories to the Supreme Lord Sri Gauranga. You have given me and then taken from me the association of Lord Nityananda. Still, I beg for your mercy so that my mind may remain absorbed on the lotus feet of you both. Nityananda Rai is your greatest devotee. No one can attain him without your sanction. Lord Nityananda wandered the forests of Vrindavan until Lord Gaurachandra displayed his opulences. Whoever hears these descriptions of Lord Nityananda's visit to the holy places will certainly attain the treasure of divine prema. Accepting Sri Chaitanya and Sri Nityananda as my life and soul, I Vrindavan Das sing the glories of their feet. End of Adi Khanda. So then, from tomorrow we'll begin Madhya Khanda or Madhya Lila. And chapter 1 of Madhya Lila is Lord Nityananda's meeting with Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So that we will read tomorrow. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.